last night the monks were studying monastic rules, etiquette. A lot of our rules last night were looking at speech. Almost all of the rules that we went over actually could just be broken by speech. One of the things that kept coming up was it's called samana sanya, which means sort of like living as a monastic, living as a monk, living with the composure, looking at our deportment, how we move, how we act, how we interact in the world. Even though it's that kind of training is thought about as training for monastics, it's really training for everybody, and all of us can just look at our behavior. Each of us has our own different temperaments and personalities, and like even just if you watch the monks, like when the tray is being passed down the line with the drinks on it, just some people are extremely quiet and careful, like when they pick up a juice container, and you don't even hear them. And then other people kind of take it and kind of bang it around and hit their glass on the ground, and it's like you can see that both of them, those situations accomplishes the goal of getting the liquid from one container into another, but one's more beautiful than another. And so it actually is a training. Really any of us have ever really grew up in that, with that kind of the beauty of being restrained, the beauty of really closely paying attention to our behavior and our speech. So it's a really good contemplation just to be thinking about it. It's 24 hours a day, so it's like every time that we are in an interaction, good to stop and think about it. Like in the kitchen, I know is a really stressful place to work. There's a short period of time, and there's a lot of work that has to be done, and we could just sort of boss everybody around, say do this, do this, do this, and you get the meal out, but everybody might be really stressed out and kind of bad afternoon because of the stress. But if whoever's kind of responsible for the kitchen that morning, if they just we all take the time, or if you're responding to somebody, we take the time to just for a second just stop and think, what'd be the most beautiful way to respond to this, or to ask somebody to do something, or it can have a big effect, not only on the other people, but on ourselves as well. So like we get back to our cabin, we don't have any regret, or we actually feel good about how we'd taken the time. Maybe the meal's 5-10 minutes late because we took a little more time to be thoughtful, but that's better than going back to the cabin and feeling bad. So I'll just leave that for our reflection this morning. Safety first.